Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We appreciate all of you out there being with us. This will be our final show of 2022.
How about that?
And looking forward to 2023.
Another one checked off.
That's right.
Moving forward into
bigger and better.
You know, I remember like it was yesterday, Andy. We were sitting here at the end of 2020 wondering what was going to happen after all the COVID stuff and, you know, and moving in.
Would it ever be the same?
Exactly, and how much we were looking forward to 2021 getting out of that. So that just feels like yesterday. I mean, that we were talking about that. Now we're about to go into 2023. It flies, doesn't it?
It does fly by for sure. We appreciate all of you out there each and every year that you've been with us here on the Auburn Blitz. And, again, looking forward to next year and what it will bring. Auburn will have a new coach. They'll have a new team, and we'll break down. I thought hey, why not just look at maybe some of the –
Is it ever too early to look at it?
What might the projected starting lineups look like on offense and defense? As it stands right now, this is just my opinion of what it might look like, but you can throw your opinion out there
your
too.
Your opinion's as good.
Where do you feel like where are you most concerned? Where do you feel like Auburn still needs to do some major influx?
I can look at this right now and tell you where they
in the transfer portal,
right?
Maybe to try to bring you in to bolster this lineup a little bit. And if you've got some opinions out there, by all means, give us a call, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up on the Sportz Blitz Facebook page. And
I don't know if
give
people are struggling with Facebook as much as we are. It just seems like it's freezing. It seems like it's really delayed. So I'm sending that out there for all our Facebook viewers and all, and it's not clear. I mean, I don't know if it's a Facebook problem or if it's an our problem or what kind of problem it is. Maybe it's nobody's problem. But anyway,
I get that a lot with some people. They'll dial it up and it'll freeze a lot. And I think that's part of just being on Facebook.
I guess so.
Maybe so. I don't know. But anyway, how about that Oklahoma-Florida State game?
Well, you were right. You said, hey, look,
I was looking forward to it.
You were. I mean, you were looking forward to it, and rightfully so. I mean, that was I hadn't watched many of the bowl games, but this one lived up to billing. Hey, you wouldn't have thought that was a 6-6 Oklahoma team.
That's true.
You know, a little personal vendetta against Venables after he made some snide remarks against Auburn, you know, when the job was open and talking about how he bypassed it because they're just full of problems. Well, it looks like Oklahoma's full of problems. The first time in 23 seasons, Oklahoma finishes below 500.
Wow.
So they finished 6-7. That was a big, you know, for him and for Oklahoma and that streak. You know, that's not a real good way to get started.
And to go out and get Dylan Gabriel, I mean, you know, to come in, a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah,
he played pretty well.
He played well.
They couldn't stop anybody.
Well, the fourth quarter became a track meet. You know, both defenses I thought played really well up until the fourth quarter, and then it was just like I don't know if both were tired or what in the world was going on, but it was just every time somebody touched the ball, they were going to go down and score, and so. But Florida State, I'll say this: early analysis for next year. They look like a pretty solid football team.
They got a pretty good-looking quarterback.
They finished with 9 wins or 10.
10.
I had 10.
10
so that was their 10th win. So, and he's coming back. Their quarterback's coming back. I mean, they look pretty strong in the ACC next year. I mean, if you look at their competition, and I would think they would be one of the favorites up there. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. But, these bowl games, for the most part, are, I guess, just eye candy, just something to do to pass the time. But that when
Did
you
you
get
watch
to
any of Washington and Texas?
a little bit,
I didn't see
a little bit. Where's this high-powered offense from Steve Sarkisian?
Well, it was so odd going into the game. They were talking. I mean, you got Washington, who the quarterback throws for more than anybody in the country, and Texas comes in running the football, and Texas throws for nearly 360 yards, and Washington runs for almost 200. So
odd,
it was weird. But
you see Sarkisian, I mean, if you look at some of these coaches, Brent Venables at Oklahoma and Steve Sarkisian at Texas, do they make it to 2025 as the head coach going in the SEC? I thought about that last night. Are those two guys the leader of those two teams when they come into the SEC? It depends on how
good Arch Manning
I'm telling you
is.
one thing. I'll say this for Oklahoma, and I'll go back to your Arch Manning thing with Texas. If Brent Venables goes 6-7 again next year, he's done.
Yeah, he won't.
They're gonna fire him.
Yeah.
I mean, and it'll be off. So he won't make it. But and I don't know what do they expect out of him next year. I mean, going 7-6 ain't tolerable either if you're Oklahoma.
No.
I mean, this is a team that's been to the college football playoffs a couple times, and expects to be up there in the top of the mix every year, and they're below 500 for the first time in 23 years. Not a good start for him.
No, not at all.
So,
and I don't know if Gabriel will be back, but they may be starting over at quarterback. Maybe they, he better get on the ball. Let's just say that.
What do you think? Quinn Ewers is the guy next year? You think Arch Manning comes in and?
I mean, Ewers has looked pretty good when he's healthy.
Right.
So I'd be surprised if Manning came in and started as a true freshman. But then again,
right.
I mean, if he doesn't come in and start, is it let's hit the portal and go somewhere where we can't start? Because Ewers is just a what? He's just a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore.
So if you gonna sit behind him for 3 years? I don't think so.
No.
It'll be who knows? We'll see. He'll probably end up at Alabama.
Of course. And all things end well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie said it is freezing up a little bit, but he does have a comment, said that he agrees with James A., that we do a super job, been with us since we were radio and Facebook. Happy New Year, health to all you, even Luke, he said. So it's always the even Luke, right?
I know
he gets thrown in there in the end. But, yeah, we appreciate all of you out there, and, a Happy New Year to all of you. As Andy said, this will be our last show. But, again, that's the thing you have to deal with now in this transfer portal. People laughed about this, this signing class for Alabama this year and 7 5-stars, and they look at Texas A&M this past year. It's so different now moving forward. And, in 12 months, are all those guys still there? Some of them leave. Alabama had several guys go in the transfer portal this year, had as many as anybody. And,
guys you wouldn't have thought would have gone.
That's right. That just tells you can't put a barometer on this thing anymore.
No.
You don't know who's going to leave and when they're going to leave and really why they're going to leave. So,
well, let's dive into this just for the heck of it here. I'll throw these out there. You tell me if you agree or you don't agree, and if how your level of concern. Let's go quarterback. Robbie Ashford.
I mean, I'm good with it. I think you're going to see him continue to develop and get better in the spring.
Yeah.
I think he's already proven from a physical standpoint he can handle this league. I don't think he made bad decisions. I think he was hurt. I think, we saw flashes of him being able to throw the ball well. And then we saw an offense that was catered to him running the ball because he really couldn't throw it very much. I think if he's fully healthy and he gets in there with Hugh Freeze and they really develop him, I think he could really step his game up and be a guy that kind of vaults his way up into the top third of the quarterbacks in this league coming back. You can't really put a price on what he experienced this year.
No, that's true.
The level of turmoil and adversity that he had to go through, and he navigated all that, Andy, to come back. And, he's got a chip on his shoulder. And I feel pretty good about Robbie Ashford going into the spring.
You okay with Gurner being the backup?
Don't know. I mean, I don't – he's highly rated. He looks the part.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. I mean, he's – that's who we got to pick from right now.
That's right.
Because I know the other guy that's looming around. He's not.
He's still on the roster, so he's out there. All right, running back, you got Jarquez Hunter as your starter. You throw in Damari Alston, you throw in Jeremiah Cobb.
I really think Damari Alston's going to be pretty good. I mean, we saw flashes this year, but Jarquez Hunter's a really good running back in this league. He's very. I mean, I like going to war with that guy. I think Hunter may end up being better than Bigsby. I think he could, and here's the deal: if you add Dylan Johnson into this running back room, as he announces on January 3rd, if he happens to choose Auburn, that's another really.
It's a nice complimentary piece.
Absolutely, yeah. Man. I mean, he's not some Heisman candidate, but he's a definite,
third down back,
veteran running back here in this league that you add to your room.
Yeah, so no doubt. All right, how about wide receiver? I got Cam Brown, Coy Moore, Javarius Johnson, and you can throw Landon King in there as he's a tight end or he's a wide receiver. I don't know which he is.
I mean, off the hoof, that looks pretty good. I mean, what happens in the new offense?
Coy Moore came on last year.
Landon King can catch the football.
Oh, man.
And he is a dominating-looking specimen out there. So, Coy Moore, he's got all the skills. Cam Brown is a beast off the hook. So, they got some guys that really could elevate your game this coming in.
And in a Hugh Freeze passing offense, those guys may actually
explode.
Shine.
Exactly.
We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours. Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 1500 trucks discounted up to $9,250 off. Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off, or payments as low as $369 a month. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 45 more minutes left in the show for this year. Well, let's go to the phone line.
James, what's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. Y'all doing all right today?
Well, we here.
Good.
Well, I had one little thought about the portal. I've asked Luke about these guys 2 or 3 times, and he knows the mother and all that stuff. You got one of them I know's in the portal. They're from Texas. One of them is a center.
Yeah, you talking about the Brockemeyer twins?
Brockemeyer, that's it. Now the bigger one is in the portal, or was in the portal already, and they visited Auburn when they came to visit Alabama as well, as I remember it. But they hadn't touched the playing field, I don't think, and that bigger one, I think it's Robert or something, and the other one's Jim. Jim's a center. I think they playing him a little at guard. He's about 285, but that other one's about 310, and he's tough. They probably got too many or whatever at the other place over there. I don't call that school over there to the west. But anyway, that might be worth looking into. I don't know. I'm looking for something to do today, so I figured I'd pester y'all again. But anyway, I know that they're watching that portal and all that, but that'd be too. If they got good bloodlines, I know that, and that's what Luke says. It's not just me, but I think. And anyway, I think probably they might fit into what we're doing.
I think, yeah. I mean, I remember when they visited Auburn, I'm like you. I thought, Auburn had I was surprised they ended up at Alabama. I figured they'd ended up at Auburn or Texas because of their dad played at Texas. He was a legacy.
Yeah, he's like a legend out there. I think that whole family, they still got one playing linebacker for Texas.
Right.
He's some kind of cousin or something, I guess. But anyway, are y'all going to be on in the morning, Saturday morning?
We won't be tomorrow. We'll be taking
your rest day.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be back with everybody on Tuesday of next week.
Tuesday, okay.
Yep.
Well, good enough. I'll find something to watch on TV. Hell, I don't know what it's going to be. Y'all my go-to show. But anyway, y'all have a good, safe New Year's, and let's see what transpires.
Happy New Year, James.
Happy New Year,
Appreciate
James.
it.
Y'all.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
War Eagle. Yeah, so going back
I hadn't
to
heard anything about there ain't even any talk about Auburn and those two guys, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of odd. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard at the very beginning when Brockermeyer hit the portal, a lot of people said, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up at Auburn, but hadn't heard his name connected.
No.
But again, I mean, there's a lot. We'll see what happens. Auburn has gotten a few guys. Speaking of offensive line, let's go to that. Right now as it stands, and again, there's a lot to happen, but Dylan Wade, transfer from Tulsa.
Right.
I got him at tackle right now. Jeremiah Wright at guard. Cam Stutt's coming back. Didn't play bad this year.
No, he didn't.
I got him penciled in at the guard right now. And I got Xavier Miller penciled in at the other tackle position. I don't know what we're going to do. I got, Tate Johnson's back. Jaleel Irvin's back at center.
I mean, could this be?
Is that your offensive line?
Could this be a rejuvenated piece to the team? It's been such a drag the last several years.
Yeah.
I mean, could this be something that 4 or 5 games in the season you're looking at as maybe one of your stronger parts of your team? I mean, it just all depends on how they come together and mesh. And
you may go out and get 2 or 3 more guys.
Well, I think you can.
And go out and get a center, or if I don't know.
I mean, I don't know enough. I mean, that's looks as good as anything I think I could put down on paper. But I think, like you said, it's all going to depend on how some of these newbies come in and how are they ready to go. And I think some of them are going to have to be. I mean, just to be honest with you. So
Big Tyler Johnson, Connor Liu. I mean, could you start him as a true freshman at center?
Well, Tate Johnson was about to start his first time. I mean, and ends up getting hurt. So I don't know, man. It's just
could be. And in tight end room, you got Fairweather, the
Rivaldo.
Transfer
Rivaldo.
Fairweather coming in. Then you got Luke Deal, Tyler Fromm, and Brandon Frazier, who have been playing. Those guys have been playing for a while,
right?
So and Riley,
not quite 9 in the tight end room.
Not
we got
quite.
A few, but
we might be bringing in some in the new class too. I don't know. But on the defensive side, okay, here we go. I think we're moving to a 3-4 instead of a 4-3.
Does that excite you? That I don't like a 3-man line.
I mean, back when Wayne Hall ran it, it was the best defense Auburn ever put on the field. We ran those 3-4s. But you got to have monsters.
You got to have
on the defensive line.
Absolutely.
Now, okay, right now as it stands, Marcus Harris, Jason Jones, Jeffrey Imba. You throw them out there on the defensive line, and you move into linebackers. You kind of edge, and they got different names, but they're all they kind of play the same. This one, Dylan Brooks, Cam Riley. I got Robert Woodyard and Elijah McAllister, the transfer from Vandy, as your linebackers. Now, that's your front 7. You really got nothing behind them.
You got
that's the problem.
A lot of unknowns.
That's the biggest thing. But I don't. Is Robert Woodyard ready? I don't know. Cam Riley? He had moments this past year.
He did.
Eugene Asante's over there on the bench. What does he bring? Transfer from North Carolina, didn't play at all?
That's a good question. Again, new coaching staff, new philosophy, a lot of that.
Yeah. How are they going to use these guys?
I don't know, man.
You got to have some depth, though, on that defensive line. We really need to go out and get some more defensive linemen if they're out there. And maybe some linebackers. Up against another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248.
Ty said, how many commits do we have in basketball for next year? One, it's Aiden Holloway, the guard. It's a point guard out of Napa Valley, California. Tremendous player. One of the
very good.
One of the higher ranked players we've had. Again, he adds to the list. He's semi-small, 6 foot, about 155, 160.
Bigger than Wendell Green.
He's bigger than Wendell Green, but I mean. So, yeah, you turn the film on, he looks really good. So, only one. Again, like you said, I don't know how many people are leaving. So, I don't know how many more Auburn adds. I also have a commit for the 2024 class, the big 7-footer inside that they'll bring in. But that's really all to talk about as far as basketball recruiting at this point.
Yeah. We were looking at the projected lineups maybe for 2023 in football. The secondary, I mean, it depends on DJ James if he comes back or not. He's still kind of making that decision. But I really like J.D. Rim. Keontae Scott was a nice addition when he wasn't fumbling punts. Craig McDonald returned. I mean, a guy that transferred from Iowa State, he didn't even play. So, I mean, I'm assuming he's coming back and he'll play. Jalen Simpson, Donovan Kaufman, Zion Puckett, Caleb Wooden got some playing time late. The secondary I feel really good about. But that front seven, you know, that's the point. I think Auburn's still got some work to do, and I'd love to see them add some really, you know, some more pieces to that.
It's the front seven.
Front seven.
I mean, you got to add some depth. You can't just
depth-wise is more.
Can't just go with 4 linebackers. And so the defensive line again, are those 3 guys good enough to play in a 3-4 defense? Are they dominant enough? Can they get there? I mean, we'll see.
You bringing in, you know, the Roberts kid is a freshman. The flip from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, right.
He's 300-pounder. You could put, but, I mean, you going to throw a kid out there?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
true freshman.
Auburn's in a situation probably going to have to. They're going to have to rely on them to get some minutes. I mean, it's just it is what it is right now.
And look, let's be honest. Next year, as much. I mean, I want to compete every year, and look, and LSU did it, and that's not say. I mean, no, Auburn in 2013, nobody thought they were going to compete.
Nobody knew. Yeah,
it was going to be a.
Yeah, but you look back on that now, the rosters just look different.
It did, but this might be like a Robbie Ashford year. You got to throw a bunch of some young guys out there,
right,
and let them get some experience. And it may be we may take our lumps next year, and I think that's kind of maybe what you got to expect. But it
didn't take long for
that can build for the future.
One guy to rip down. I mean, just really tear a program down by not doing anything. High the mighty, dude. I mean, you talk about getting off your duff and doing anything. He didn't do it.
You know, Gus was stumbling.
He stumbled.
That last year, and of course, COVID was not a good year for anybody. But
and look, I don't want to bash Gus Malzahn, but I got to say this. You remember when his press conference at Central Florida, he said they're about to get the best version of Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
Well, they got one in that bowl game. That's the best version of Gus Malzahn that you can ever get. I mean, seriously, that's what we learn to see or learn to live with year in and year out. And, I mean, poor guy just can't win a bowl game. He just can't do it, man.
And not even close. I mean,
and scored one of the touchdowns on that fluky play they designed. I mean, it's like there was no consistency at all.
And it's going to get harder in the Big 12.
Well, and they just lost Travis Williams. And
where did he go?
He's at Arkansas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, defense coordinator at Arkansas.
I didn't even realize that.
So, I mean, you lose. I mean, he's lost some of those players that are going into portal. That thing right there, since Florida could derail. That could be a massive derailing down there. So,
well, we'll see what happens with that.
Not our problem anymore. We got plenty. We got plenty of
not
problems.
our problem anymore. Think we got enough of our own.
Part of that was left because of him.
Yeah.
But I looking at this team, Andy, on paper, I think it's good to kind of put your eyeballs on it. Where's Auburn going to score their points? Auburn's got to get more production out of the passing game. We showed we can run the football.
Yeah.
If you start to balance this out and become a threat to throw, I mean, you can start scoring 28, 35 points a game and be a threat. But you can't be one-dimensional in this.
In this day and age, if you're not scoring 35 points a game,
you lose it.
You got no
and
chance.
Defensively, we've held our own. I'll say over the last couple of years. And, you know, we've lost some really good players, you know, Derek Hall and Wooden and some of these other guys, and Papo. I mean, I know Papo maybe didn't live up to billing for a lot of people, but you lose some veteran guys.
Of tackles.
You lose a lot of tackles and a lot of experience and a lot of leadership.
That's the thing, we're bringing in new coordinators. That's the other thing too, because every time you bring in new coordinators, some guys that were unproductive become productive.
Absolutely.
And some guys that are productive, you like, what happened to them?
That's right.
Because it's a different scheme. And I know absolutely nothing.
Do you think our roster's as talented as South Carolina's right now? I mean, let's just be. I'm going to throw that out there.
I don't know about. To be perfectly honest, I don't know what South Carolina's roster looks like really that much.
Do you think we're as good as Arkansas?
Yes.
All right, so I'm talking about teams that probably overachieved a little bit this year. I think so. I'm going somewhere with this. I think that we're not as far away as we think we are. We've got to fill some pieces. We've got to add some depth, and it's all about getting coached up. I don't know that this team was getting coached up very well. I mean, he went through multiple coordinators.
Yeah.
And moved guys around, couldn't figure out who was going to be on which side of the ball. Poor Jeremiah Wright don't know where he's going to line up.
That's what gives me hope.
It's hard to be
How
successful.
about that guy just letting that guy sit in a position and coaching him up and not moving him back and forth? How good could he be? And that's the other thing, too. I don't know anything about Ron Roberts. I don't know what to expect from his defense.
Right.
At all.
So, once again, we're going into a season with so much unknown. We can't give an analysis. This is not a veteran team returning all these starters and all this depth. You can evaluate that team.
Yeah.
When you got new coaches, the whole bowl of ingredients is different.
Yeah.
So you don't really know, and so neither do the other teams. They don't know what to expect either.
No, that's true. We got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just a couple more segments. In today's show, we're brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. Give them a call today for all your real estate needs. 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Yes, Tavares Dawson did come out of the portal, so he will be back next year. Wes Coleman says Zion Puckett needs to be moved to linebacker. He's listed at 230.
Yeah,
and he's pretty physical. I would agree with that.
That could be a change. Ed said we're stuttering more on Facebook than Mel Tillis. That ain't our fault, Ed. excuse the Facebook gremlins out there.
Maybe we start singing. Maybe we
maybe stutter. So. Maybe we won't stutter. He said AU Athletic Department has had really good 2022 other than Harsin destroying the football program. All other sports are really competitive. And I don't think anybody can argue with that. So, caller, go ahead. You're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hello, Andy and Brett. How are you guys doing today?
Man, we're great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for taking my call. And I just want to start off and tell you how much I enjoy y'all's show. And it's enjoyable, and it's just good to hear some Auburn folks talking some Auburn sports, and I think y'all do a real good job. And I just want to tell y'all that, how much we enjoy it, and all the hosts that come up there with Coach David and Randy and JJ and various ones, and I do appreciate it and I enjoy it. And comment about the line, our offensive and defensive line. Besides, Harsin just did a terrible job recruiting. We know that, but Gus didn't do much better at all in the offensive line. Got some defensive line here and there, but it just wasn't a priority. And y'all know as well as I do that in this league, the SEC, you better have some good linemen on both sides of the ball, and you better have good depth. So I said all that to say that I just think it's going to take a while to get that built up, guys. I don't think that's anything you can do in a year's time because we're so down in the numbers to get us quality depth and everything. It may take us a season or so. But I do believe that they can get coached up and they can play better than what they've been playing scheme-wise and just development and all. So that's pretty much my comment on that. I know that Coach Dye, I know that's going back a ways, but he would always sign plenty of linemen on both sides of the ball. I know that's a different era of football, but still comes down to blocking and tackling. You better be able to control the line of scrimmage.
Well, it may be a different era, but that didn't change. Yeah, that don't change. I'm totally with you, Jerry. It may be a different era, but that part don't change. You got to have quality, play on the lines of scrimmage. If not, you're not going to win very many games.
No, that's right. Look, you I know they've gone to a lot, zone blocking and some things such as that, and the game has changed in that, and it drive Coach Dye crazy. He said they're out there dancing, they're not playing no more, but still, when that ball snapped, you better, both sides of the ball, whatever position you're playing, you better be coming across the line of scrimmage ready to flip somebody's rear end and be able to do it and be able to do it consistently, not just every now and then. Keep laying the wood to them, and that don't change.
That doesn't.
Blocking and tackling is what it comes down to. And that has not changed, but that's just my opinion, and I appreciate y'all taking my call, and I enjoy your show.
Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you
Thank
too,
you, buddy.
buddy.
Yes, sir.
Have a good new year. Look, that doesn't change. I talked back actually on Gary's show this morning. We were talking about where were the biggest need positions, and Hugh Freeze in a very small amount of time went out and addressed probably as good or better than we've had in 8 years going out. And again, we don't know how these guys are going to play out, but we actually went out and targeted O-line and D-line guys. And you gotta be strong on the lines of scrimmage. Look, Alabama's had phenomenal wide receivers in Nick Saban's tenure. He's had phenomenal running backs. He's had both win Heisman trophies. He's had really good quarterbacks and then serviceable quarterbacks. But where Alabama is always really good is on the line of scrimmage. Their nucleus